Hey there, and welcome to the Crux, where I take 3 to 5 minutes to get to the very heart of why people do what they do and why it's important that they keep doing it. So I figured it'd be great to start it off with Phil. Phil, what makes you passionate about what you do?
So imagine, Evan, that you're a builder in Japan, right?
Okay.
And you know the reality of potentially historically major earthquakes happening. But all the people building buildings around you in Japan are building buildings that are not earthquake proof. And so that's kind of how I feel about investing, which is that there are these potential big tremors, these things that could be tumultuous to the industry, and everyone's kind of ignoring the reality of history and what the implications could be for portfolios. So it's our job to go help people understand that and then prepare for it.
So why do you think people are unwilling to recognize this?
So, from the inception of the industry of investment advisors, it's been all about conveying optimism, right? I mean, initially what we were doing is we were getting people to come from bank accounts, which basically are nothing above inflation, into stocks. And so I think it's that legacy of conveying optimism, of talking about how things can get better if you do this thing, that has just shaded how we think about markets. And plus, we all have a natural optimism bias, even outside of that specific reality of investing.
Right, like it's absolutely essential that you convey optimism, otherwise no one would invest.
Of course, yes.
But it's
Right.
also the reality that difficult things happen. So is this something you see for investors that are practicing today, or is it the next 10 to 20 years, or in their lifetime? When, what time frame are you talking about?
So will the big earthquake that is a nine on the Richter scale happen in the next 20 years in investments? Well, honestly, I think probably. So, and the reason I say that is that if you look at how we're still pricing stocks over the last, the 20-year average of PEs is way above it normal. And the demographics are unfavorable in developed countries. And I gave speeches about this all last year, unprecedented global debt. And I think all of that potentially could come to bear on markets, and we could see longer duration bears that could be perilous. So am I conveying pessimism just generally? Not really, because if you prepare for that, and that's my whole point, and that's what gives me passion, that could be what makes you a hero as an investment advisor.
Welcome to New York City. So above being a hero, you need the optimism to get people to invest in the first place and to make them feel secure.
Yes.
But what you're talking about is also making them feel secure that they won't have to make their money twice.
So, right, I am not conveying pessimism. What I'm doing is I'm saying address the reality and then continue to be optimistic and work in an optimistic environment, but prepare for contingencies. It's that simple, but it's kind of awesome if you're the guy or gal that's doing this and not really many other people are, and you're taking care of these possibilities in advance.
Yeah, I mean, what you're saying is it's a different take on optimism, right? Like,
exactly.
Be optimistic that your portfolio will grow, but also be optimistic that you won't get crushed somewhere during the process.
Totally.
All right. Thanks, Phil. Thanks, everybody. Take care.